Hello students, this is your Bhushan sir. Hope all of you are fine and safe at home. In today's class, we are going to understand a new and innovative topic, that is ecological sanitation, abbreviated as EcoSan. Sanitation is a process of maintaining cleanliness and dealing with the sewage. For example, sanitation in a city is taken care by city municipality corporation that make sure of trash disposal in a proper and scientific manner, thus protecting the health of the people of that particular area. Well, in today's topic of EcoSan, we will be understanding how human waste or excreta is disposed in an innovative and scientific manner. In conventional toilets, what we make use in our day-to-day life, we the human beings are making use till this decade. The excreta of toilets were washed and flushed by using enormous quantity of water after every use. So, the water is wasted here, and therefore EcoSan is an ecological and sustainable scientific process in which human excreta is decomposed in the fecal chamber down, and the waste is decomposed to get the fertilizers which is used in agricultural fields later. These nutrients are recycled, water is conserved, and various ailments caused by non-sanitation is also prevented, and the environment is safeguarded. Well, students, what is the need, or why do we need these EcoSans? Continuous usage of artificial or chemical fertilizers had led to decline the land fertility and increase in cost of chemicals too, which further had led to the poverty of farmers in both urban and peri-urban, that is, the area surrounded by the urban zone. Also, the EcoSan makes man to overcome all these problems. EcoSan maintain hygiene, then prevents the pollution, fights against the infections, saves the water, promotes zero waste management, and encourages even the food production by usage of the manure or the compost what it produces. It also promotes recycling of nutrients, conservation of resources like water, preserves the soil fertility by the usage of manure or compost in the agricultural lands, and it increases the productivity of the agricultural crops and gives the food security further. The waste here is converted into an useful marketing product, which we call it as humus or compost of the excreta. How are these ecological latrines are constructed, or how are these ecological latrines are made up of? So the major components include, number one, squatting pan. It diverts the urine and feces, that is the excreta, separately for the collection and utilization process further. So the very function of the squatting pan is to separate out the urine and the fecal matter in the collecting tanks. Students, remember, here the pan has two holes. If you closely look at the diagram down here, I mean to say the picture down here, it has got two holes. One hole at front, the other one for front, which is smaller, and one which is at the back is larger. The bigger one is for the collection of fecal matter, that is the excreta, and the urine is separated by the frontal smaller hole. You can see it in the picture down here. These squatting pans are not available in the market. Hence, in situ cast or mold is done by using the cement or plastic or fiber during the construction. It is generally made up of cement, fiberglass, or combination of both. The next part is the pan cover. It is the cover used to cover the holes for urine and excreta collection. The cover is placed to prevent mainly the fly breeding, control the smell or odor, etc. The cover is generally made up of either the cement slabs or metals or PVC or plastic, but with a hook used as the holder at the time of opening and closing. You can see the same here now. So in the earlier picture, we had seen both are open. Here, both are closed by the usage of the pan cover. The next part is the collection tank or collection chamber. Students, this is the part which differs from the conventional toilets that we usually make use. The fecal matter or the excreta is collected down from the excreta hole of the pan. It is generally constructed above the ground for easy disposals, and this container or the tank could be a bucket or a plastic can or a plastic tank, which after filling is taken down to the biogas digester or plant. Along with the cow dung, the human waste is also mixed and fed into the digester to get the biogas or the natural gas after the decomposition of the anaerobic microbes. Also, the manure or the compost that we obtain, which is a nutrient-rich soil, and it is called as humus, which is formed and removed after the gas or biogas or the natural gas is utilized. And it is widely used as manure for the agricultural fields as it is nutrient rich. Students, here in the picture, you can see the collection tank fitted with a vent pipe. Okay, the bio-toilet with the collection tank and a vent pipe also. The next part of the EcoSan is a vent pipe. It is a common part of both the EcoSan toilets as well as the conventional toilets that we make use. You might have seen a long pipe which is placed vertically attached to these toilets, which is either made up of PVC pipe with a cowl or a cap on the top, which circulates the air inside and reduces the odor or the smell within the EcoSan toilets. The next is pipe network and collection tank. Students, here in the picture down are two collection tanks, one for the urine, the another one for the feces separately. Both the waste are collected separately in a plastic container of 100-liter capacity usually. Why do we make use of plastic containers? Because it prevents the loss of nutrients. Next is the feces emptying door. This is the opening for emptying the tank of excreta. It is generally a concrete slab or a slate or a wooden plank or a transparent PVC sheet even. Here, the first part of the picture down is the squatting room, and the next part is the fecal chamber covered with a slab. The slab is covered again with the same reasons of preventing the bad odor expelling from the tank. The second is prevention of the vector flies and their breeding into the chamber down there. Students, there are two major types of EcoSan latrines. One is dry EcoSan pit toilets or pit latrines, which separates the urine and fecal matter separately in different tanks. Also, there will be two squatting pans in each toilet, as what you see in the diagram here. The first squatting pan is continuously used until the collecting tank down gets filled. Later, the next squatting pan is or alternated pan is used, which is attached to another set of collection tanks for the urine and the fecal matter. By the time the second tank gets filled with the fecal matter, the first tank content, that is the excreta, gets converted into compost and manure, and by the time the second one gets filled in and this compost is removed from the first pan and it is utilized for the agricultural field. Whereas the urine tanks, once it gets filled, it is made to evaporate the volatile compounds, and the left out water is utilized for the agricultural plants. So this is the importance of the dry pit latrines. The second type of EcoSan toilet is biogas plant attached latrines. I think you can see it in the picture here. The squatted waste is collected directly and it is connected to the biogas plant or the chamber. Along with the cow dung, it is sent to or infed to the digester there. So after the completion of or filling up of this excreta in the biodigester, the biogas is produced by the activity of anaerobic microorganisms. Manure and compost that is formed down within the digester is removed and used for the agricultural field. Biogas obtained is used for the household purposes. Well, students, the working of EcoSan toilets. It depends on the following important factors like dehydration, decomposition, then efficiency of decomposition, then aeration, excuse me, and temperature. Dehydration step when we look at, the factor when we look at. Lowering of moisture content of excreta is done at this stage. It is usually done by the evaporation of the moisture by adding ash, sawdust, husk to the pit or the tank. Whereas the decomposition or composting efficiency when we look at, compost refers to a complex natural biological process in which the excretory organic matter is converted into the fertile manure, which we call it as humus. And it is done by the action of anaerobic microbes. The process depends on some of the internal factors like oxygen level, temperature, moisture, pH, carbon level, and even the concentration of the microbial population within. The next factor is aeration. Aerobic microbes requires oxygen, as we know, and anaerobic requires no oxygen. Anaerobic condition bring in the faster or rapid and odor-free decomposition process of the organic matter by the help of microorganism. The next important factor is temperature. Students, remember the effective temperature below 60 degrees centigrades optimizes the composting process. It stabilizes the process. If you increase the temperature, it will destroy both the useful and pathogenic bacteria present in the excretory product. So, activity of microbes is dependent on the temperature available inside the tank. Students, in India, states like Kerala, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, and then even in Ladakh, they make use of these EcoSan toilets for effective cleanliness, and which is also eco-friendly scientific process. And it is a process of solid waste management. You know why it is solid waste? Because human excreta is also a kind of solid waste. So the solid waste management also includes the management of the human excreta, which can be converted into useful marketing product like humus or compost, which is widely in demand, and it is used as a very rich nutrient fertilizer for the agricultural fields. Well, students, with this we are completing the concept of ecological sanitation latrines. If you have any doubts and queries, please post them to my personal WhatsApp number. Students, stay safe at home and take care of your health. Wish you all a good day. Thank you.